It is that time, everybody. And I can officially say I got my Druid to level 30 the other day, which means I can officially start Cataclysm, which I've been told takes place at this NPC right here. What's up, Bamboozler?
Light be with you.
As you may have heard, the Horde's attacking just offshore. The fighting's been fierce and relentless. We need every available body out there repelling the enemy. Report to the northernmost dock at once for transport to the battle. And our official warships are a bit late in their scheduled return. Don't worry though, we've commissioned mercenary vessels to serve in the meantime. Hurry along now, Stormwind needs you.
Light bless you.
Oh, it's an automatic thing. Okay. Thanks on the congrats. I'm probably going to need to follow a quest guide because I don't know that they're going to do like the traditional way we've seen it since Battle for Azeroth where they have like the brown background quests.
Speak with me.
Brace yourself, Night Elf. I feel like we missed something. Like, suddenly I'm in the hold of a ship.
Find your center.
Not exactly the battle you anticipated, I wager, but a battle nonetheless, as you'll soon see.
Maintain focus.
Welcome to the Briny Cutter, Druid. I am Uranak, the last surviving passenger of this once proud vessel. I'm afraid your travails have only just begun. The Naga have been attacking here relentlessly. You are not equipped to be of much help down here, but I can remedy that. Bring this ship live. Just outside this ship lives, I need to learn how to read, a special breed of starfish. Bring me some of them along with a conch shell and I'll prepare an enchantment that should increase your chances of survival.
Keep a peaceful mind.
So I'm assuming you were supposed to click a ship in the original version and it would like you would get shipwrecked along the way because it just transported me here, so okay. I don't need any of that stuff. Are we gonna have to go swimming? Hey, crashing, it happens. That's not what I'm looking. Oh, I'm looking for these things apparently. No? It's a drowning soldier. Supposed to help him? Oh shit, that scared me. Something's giving me breath. Is it those cells with air bubbles? I'm assuming it has. What's up, Summer George? Let me confirm that this didn't give. It did, so that gives me breathing. I need a conch shell. So we're at multiple shipwrecks down here and drowning soldiers. Oh, don't I have like a travel form or something? Oh, I totally do. I forgot all about this. I've never done any auto water stuff before.
Hello, friend.
Alright, this region is one of the epicenters of the Cataclysm that threatens to rend our world. If we manage to survive, we must try to discover its cause.
Do not let the darkness triumph. Keep a peaceful mind.
So I'm going to get water breathing and increased sword movement while in vashj'ir. You should remember maneuvering the sea to be nearly effortless. We must get to work. There's little to be done. There's much to be done in little time.
Maintain focus.
First, you must find the allies who are drowning. Save them. I've enchanted the shell. Use it to rescue your friends. Rescue 6
Find your
drowning
center.
soldiers. Oh, that helps out immensely. Okay, cool. One. 2. 3. 4. 'Kay, we need one more. Oh, they're all going back up in the ship? That's interesting.
The elements listen. Do not let the darkness triumph.
Complete quest.
Find your center.
You've done well, Night Elf, but there's much more to do, and I grow weary. I've expended a great deal of energy sending a distress message to Earth and Ring leadership and pleading for their help. I must rest if I am to be of further use of us here. Speak to the leader of the men you've saved and do what you can to help them prepare for battle. The naga are scouring the waters for us. It's but a matter of time. If they return, they will surely come in even greater force. Speak with Captain
Do not
Taylor.
let the darkness triumph.
Bamboozler says, I'm a main tune. I enjoyed leveling Legion. Now for my next altar to figure out what expansion to do. So that's what I'm doing with this. This character is dedicated to Cataclysm because I haven't seen it before. And then I've got one for Pandora, one for Legion, and one for Warlords of Draenor. Xavian asks, how does one get an image on the screen? Green screen and a program like Streamlabs or OBS or whatever program you want to use for streaming.
Well met.
Green screen, blue screen. Yep, you're welcome. These men are in no condition to fight.
Go with honor, friend.
It was a good man. I know if we'd served together through many battles, these beasts have a debt to pay.
For the Alliance.
Alright, we need to slay some raiders to get vengeance.
Go with honor, friend.
And we need some crab meat
For the Alliance.
for the journey out of
bless
here. Alright, I'm assuming we're gonna kill crabs. Alright. Got a friend. Come on down. Let's play friends. kind of disconcerting being underwater like this. At least they give you a spell to counter it. Alright, now we just need some more of the raiders. Alright, get down quick. Voila.
Need help? Be careful.
Just start one and go, man. That's the easiest tip I can give you, Xavier. There is no secret magic recipe. It is get up and grind day in and day out. Figure out what you like to do, pursue what you like to do, make videos around what you like to do, and over the course of years and years of practice and putting out videos on a regular basis, you will build an audience and be able to achieve your dreams. But there is no magic formula.
For the Alliance. Go with honor, friend. Be careful.
Alright,
Light
2
bless you.
arms. My men and I were forced to abandon our weapons and much of our armor, so we need to gather it back. Whatever you got, man. As long as you got a webcam, you're good to go. Leftover leggings.
Be careful.
Stormwind
Light bless you.
Elite. Stormwind seal equipment? That's hilarious.
Go with honor, friend.
SEAL equipment. Alright, so we're looking for collectibles now. Are these going to be on the scavengers? Yeah. They've got breastplates, helms, and shields. And then the other ones I assume I'm going to find littered around the place. Yep, I see them. Oh, what was that? Some sort of a knockback. Oh, got a new quest. Eels. Kill 8 of the eels. Alright, there's a spear. There's a helmet. I'm reminded back to when I first started getting going in the travel industry. Everyone said you needed to have like a $6,000 camera to be able to take good pictures. I bought a $250 point and click that was literally this size, a little point and click camera that was the same size as my wallet, 250 bucks. And I built a career for 6 years. I made a career. Within 2 years, I was making full-time income using a little $250 point-and-click camera when everyone told me I needed a $6,000 camera. You don't need anything fancy. You need some sort of basic laptop or webcam, headset, microphone, whatever. You can, especially with these days, you get up and go in with laptops that are $400 or $500. There's no fancy equipment needed. Stuff like Streamlabs, free to use. You know, it's not, you know, I have a license for Streamlabs, but that's because I'm multi-streaming. Multi-streaming is not necessary. You don't have to multi-stream. I didn't multi-stream the first 2 years of my YouTube career. I only started multi-streaming in October because Twitch finally changed their rules. But you can get up and going for a few $100s these days. It's easy. And I realize I say that, you know, it's easy. It's not necessarily easy for everybody, you know. Everybody has different budgetary restraints. You know, my wife had to save for 2 years to buy her first laptop. You know, she bought it for $600 off of a friend of mine. He had a used laptop, you know, and it took her 2 years to save $600. But she saved it. Got going. Welcome to the YouTube channel, Ada Hughes. Don't forget, we are multi-streaming over on Twitch as well, so you guys can choose where you tune in live. Daily streams happen at 5 p.m. Central. We usually stream for 3 or 4 hours right now. The day-to-day stuff happens on YouTube, but the streams are in both places. And during the day, you can find game guides, movie reviews, TV show reviews, book reviews, news on gaming, tabletop, lots of different games on the playlist on YouTube. So, feel free to dive through. Previously, we were doing 5:30 a.m. and 7 p.m. Central for the streams. Because of the holidays, I'm only doing one stream a day right now, 5 p.m. Central. And again, we're live on YouTube and Twitch, so you get to pick where you want to watch live. Man, I swear I saw another eel over there. Where was it? We'll still need some more eels. I need some more of those chests, it looks like. Oh, not on my line of sight. I don't need raiders. Disgusting eels justifiably slain. I just saw the text on that. That's hilarious. Oh, there's a chest down there, I see. Giblin Goblin's gills. Oh, there's a chest over there too. Come here. Ooh, that's gonna be close. A little low on health. We need one more speed. Oh, there's it is right there. Stop attacking me. What if I can get up in here and they'll attack it for me? I guess. Oh, no, it's definitely in here and it's. Okay, it ditched.
Greetings. For the Alliance. Go with honor, friend.
Alright.
For the Alliance. Be careful.
Got some new leggings at least.
Light bless you.
Alright, whereas ready as we're ever going to be, no sense waiting around for the Naga to find us. We'll just the middle and meet the enemy on our terms, let fate decide the outcome. Speak to Captain Taylor in the briny cutter.
Be careful.
The Naga, they followed him back to the ship. They know what must be done. This is where we make our last stand. What's up, Babylonia? It's Cataclysm, man. I finally got to level 30 and finally doing Cataclysm, actual Cataclysm content. So they're calling on the shaman to do something. He's swimming up. What's he gonna do? Oh, lightning. A little bit of lightning, a little bit of thunder. Rest while you can, man. This won't be the last of them. Brace yourselves. I don't mind the water zones since they gave you a spell. Like, it doesn't feel at all. Like it's fine because we're water breathing and we're running around like fast and swimming fast. Oh, they just ran away? They ran away yelling, "Gah, help!" Deaf True says more Eve content, please. Well, I tell you what. Oh no, I'm getting drug away. What a fine specimen you are. Do I not get a choice in, like, breaking away? I have, like, this thing. I can't see what it is. Am I supposed to go all the way back now? I was gonna make a snarky content about the EVE Online stuff. I was gonna say. That'll happen eventually, but I'm not doing any morning streams right now for the holidays. I just started a new quest. You must defeat Akasha to obtain the Horde Key chest, and you must use it to open the sunken Horde chest. Okay.
Yes.
Bronlock says, "Oh, that comment about I wonder if cattle would have received this water zone were not the first in the expansion pack. It could have been. You know, I still have." Bubbaloni, you had suggested a topic. It's in my notes for a video I want to cover. I'm paraphrasing off of memory, but it's in my notes. I was looking at it this morning. It's something along the lines of. I'm gonna go look at the notes because I don't want to paraphrase. Hold that thought. Because it ties into what he just said. Why the negativity around certain aspects of World of Warcraft? Like, somebody asked a question in guild chat a couple weeks ago, like, what's your opinion about Shadowlands? And everybody who liked the story for Shadowlands had something positive to say about Shadowlands. But there was also a whole bunch of people who were bitching and moaning about the mechanics things. Like, I don't like the buffs that you get that are only unique to a zone, and that sucked. And, like, everybody had, like, anybody who was focusing on the non-story content was complaining about little things that they didn't like from that specific expansion. And so one of the questions, I remember this came up in conversation with Bubalonia a while back. It says, why the negativity about World of Warcraft? Is it only raid tiers? Is it balance changes? Storylines are amazing. The world building is amazing. The music is amazing. It's got great writing. The core experience is what has kept the game going for 20 years. And despite that fact, you'll find people who will always find things that they like to bitch about when they're talking about World of Warcraft. And it's usually related to a single expansion, and everybody has a different expansion that was the one that ruined the game for them. So it's a very interesting topic to discuss with Braunlock. If would Cataclysm have been better received if the Water Zone were not the first in the expansion pack? Could be. I don't know. Is this classic WoW? No. This is World of Warcraft Retail. The title of the video for YouTube and Twitch is literally the Timewalking Campaign. So I'm doing a Timewalking campaign with this character. But it is quote-unquote classic content. It's the Cataclysm expansion. I've never seen it before, so I'm doing it with my Druid to see something for the first time.
I've been expecting you.
I've prepared a bait stick to use. See, I don't know how many of these are for, like, the main storyline and how much are for, like,
Speak with me.
Side quests. And what I don't want to do...
Focus.
What I don't want to do... Hey, man, Sir Hawk says you got to get through the commercials. Well, I'll tell you what. You know how you can avoid commercials? You can subscribe to Twitch. You can subscribe to my Twitch channel. You support me directly. It keeps me on the air full time, and then you don't have to do commercials, at least on Twitch. If you watch it on YouTube, you got to watch commercials nonetheless, but you can still support. Super chats and memberships, everybody. It's Christmas time. Be festive. Celebrate. Keeps me on the air full time. The Horde Chests key, which is all the way over there, and there's side quests along the way. I am doing good. Thank you very much. Oh man, I don't want to get sidetracked with too many side quests because this is different since it's old school. It doesn't have the like brown background to tell you which ones are like the main campaign storylines and which ones are like side quests. So I'm actually gonna go look this up really quick. Cataclysm main quests. I'm gonna see if somebody's got a guide somewhere. You enjoy Star Wars: The Old Republic? Well, I tell you what, if you like Star Wars: The Old Republic, like modern retail World of Warcraft from like Battle for Azeroth onwards is exactly the same as Star Wars. Literally carbon copy of Star Wars: The Old Republic, down to the cinematic storytelling, the single player RPG experience. It's all the same thing. I actually have a video coming out tomorrow or Tuesday. No, it's Tuesday. I have a video coming out Tuesday morning talking about, for new players, should you play World of Warcraft in 2024? And one of the big examples I give in that video is the comparisons between this and Star Wars: The Old Republic, so that people who are familiar with that game might be able to draw the comparisons here, because it's the exact same game. It's just skinned differently. I'm trying to find if there's a specific quests here. So here, I'm very curious. It says here that you have an option of going to either vashj'ir or vashj'ir. I wasn't given an option. I was told to just go talk to an NPC on the docks in Stormwind, which put me here. It did not give me an option to choose between the Cataclysm starting zones. Sounds to me like I would have enjoyed Mount Hyjal more. I don't know. There's like hardly any information on the on how to start this place and how to start this. Stormwind. Huh, okay, so the quest is called Man, all of the information on the internet is completely out of date on this stuff. So I have no idea what I'm doing here, literally. There's no clear guide that I can find at the moment. So I'm just going to do the quest that I have right now and ignore the these other ones. I can't find a quick and easy guide that tells me which quests to do in what order. Excuse me. No, don't cast. Too late. You have to be level... Yeah, you do have to be level 30 to start this content. And no one told me anything about a Chromie breadcrumb entry quest. It was literally, she told me to go level. So I went and leveled. And once to level 30, I went and looked online and it said, talk to a guy on the dock. I talked to the guy on the dock. I got transported here. So that's what I know. I need to turn this in. Is it turned in on the other side or underneath? Ha! Okay, now see it. I wonder if it's going to tell me. It does not. So it does kind of tell you some quests. It says story progress, but it's not as easy. Smuggler's Scar? Like, where is this quest even at? Huh. I guess we'll go over here. That must... It says down below. I don't even know how to get down below where it's pointing. Oh, there's a cave down here. Ah, okay. And that probably leads into that quest thingy. And there's a flight path down here. A flight master? What does a flight master in the underwater look like? It's a seahorse. Alright. Oh, there's nobody even down here. Huh. I must have been bugged out because it did show me a quest icon for a minute and then it disappeared. I wonder if this is faster than my swim form. My swim form is... It doesn't actually tell me how much my... Whoa, what is Nash? What is that? Hang on. What do you keep turning around for? A level 31 elite. Oh my god, this is much faster. Alright, there's like quests that I have to figure out how to get to. There's this quest here.
Walk with me, Earthman.
Something over here too. Is it up above? Like, where would the quests be? Because it totally shows like a quest giver right here, and yet there's nobody here. Alright, I probably need to just drop all my train. Alright, well, I'm a little confused here. It definitely shows a quest right here. It says, give me shelter, available quest. I'm looking right here, And I don't see anybody. Oh, there he is. You're hiding. Okay. Please, Night Elf, you must help me. Alright, investigate smuggler scar on the Kelop Thoris and signal to Dara that it's safe. Oh, so that would have been over here. Now I have to leave here to signal to her. Alright.
Hello. Safe travels.
Alright, the captain of the ship Simmer is still out there. Mac 2, I'm sure they made it. Simply can't make quest without their help. Please hurry, they couldn't have gone far.
around.
Or so they're going to be hidden in the kelp somewhere. Alright, so these are at least quests. And there's another quest. Oh, what's this? Take the crate to Adara. Alright, it said something about sea turtles.
It's too far away.
Woot! What is art? So this is move forward in a burst of speed. Oh, go, 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 go. Oh, come on now. So apparently I gotta do that all over again. No, it actually still shows me as like being able to complete that.
The winds guide you.
How unfortunate. At least you're back
May the
unharmed.
eternal sun shine upon you.
Oh, so they're gonna give me a seahorse. Alright. Tie off a lure to the rope just west of us and then mount a seahorse that it will
Winds
attract.
be at your back.
Alright, I need to figure out how to do this. So can anybody tell me at the top of their head, what is Mount Highjaw like? Is that an up top zone or is that also an underwater zone? Because when I was Googling it a minute ago, it said that you had the option of choosing. I didn't see an option. I was just told, like, talk to this NPC. That's who I talked to. I got transported here. I didn't realize, so this is like Lich King where there's multiple starting zones? Because Wrath had multiple starting zones
You
too.
wish to speak? Ancestors watch over.
Alright, well I'm not going to need to use use one of those things because I've got water forms, so... What is that? What's up, guys? The quest line has you does both? Ah, okay, I see.
You need something? Have a good one. See you later.
Alright.
Safe travels. See you around. See you later.
Hey, is that the captain we rescued earlier? No, that's somebody else. Alright, I got points to spend. What's up, Kel? Chillin', chillin', chillin' like a villain. I'll be chilling later. I'm gonna go play. Tonight is my. I should have done. Theoretically, I was supposed to do more Rogue Trader tonight, but I was like, you know what? I wanted to do some Cataclysm since it got to 30, and but later tonight I'm doing Sea of Thieves with my brother and my sister-in-law. We haven't played in a couple of weeks because they've had stuff to do, so it'll be nice to get back and do that tonight. That'll be my chillin' tonight. We usually start about 7:30, 8 o'clock, so I've still got a bit, a couple hours to go. And that'll be my chillin' for tonight. I cannot wait for my drafting chair to show up, because I tell you what, I've been, you know, I moved to a standing desk like, I don't know, like a week and a half ago, and I'm still getting used to standing for long periods of time. And theoretically, you should, you know, probably do like in a couple hours, take a break, hour, take a break, something like that. But instead, I do like 3 hours, 4 hours, and my lower back and my knees are like, fuck you. So I can't wait for my drafting chair to get up, because then I can just, like, literally, once I get it set up, probably will just step back and sit in it. Because right now, I still have my chair set up, but if I sit down, all you can see is, like, this is, somebody was saying I look like Gimli in the Two Towers. I'll just be streaming. But if you watched the video last night when we were doing the raid, like, halfway through the raid, I totally just said, I don't really care. I'm just going to sit back here and play from here. Matter of fact, I don't think I care right now. I'm going to sit down for a few minutes. Everybody can laugh at my tiny head in the distance. I don't have any mats yet, no. I literally have a concrete pad, man.
Hey there.
And it is better when I have my gym shoes on, but I'm just in my flip-flops tonight, so it's
Have a good one. Safe travels.
definitely
See
not
you
the
later.
best for long periods of time. Was it Bam?
See you around.
Bam says I made the Gimli comment.
Can I help you? Be careful. See you later.
But it's supposed to be here on Friday, but it might get here earlier. But I would say anytime from Wednesday onwards, it's supposed to be here. Man, I gotta, no lie, this Druid form is, this travel form for Druids is really OP. Because you can seamlessly go from, like, overland to underwater. Kel says I have a stand-up desk, low impact mount was 100% necessary. I may have to look into that. I didn't even know those were a thing, to be honest with you. The left knee, the lower back's not too bad unless I stand for like 3 hours plus, like it without sitting down. But I was working before I started streaming tonight. But the knee has been bothering me for about 3 or 4 days now. It's just kind of like, screw you, man. You're old. Deal with it. Alright, I need a keg of gunpowder, keepsakes, and a clack snap tail. Yeah, Bam. It took about, well, and also because we ordered, it was an import item, so those usually take a little longer. So it took, instead of getting here in like 3 or 4 days, it took, I think originally it said it was going to take like 2.5 weeks, and I think it's only going to take about 10 days. What am I looking for here? Clack snap tails. Clack snaps. Those are skitterers. There's a barrel I need. Brine scale. What the hell am I looking for? This is the difference between old content. Hey, you just reminded me, Kel. I do have a yoga mat. I'm gonna pull that out here in a minute. Where are these things I'm supposed to be looking for? Somebody's crying at my door. Who's crying? What's up, Leia? No, go ask Mommy for food. Daddy's working. Mommy's probably taking a nap is the problem. That's not those things. What the hell am I looking for? Clackstaff. There we are. These guys right here. Come here. I need a few of these. Oh, there's a thing I need there right there too. Alright, this is one of those things I needed to loot, I think. Jewelry box. So we're gonna have to look for these amidst the kelp? What a pain in the bat. Pain in the back, not a pain in the ass. I can't see him for shit. What's up, Varangian? I'm totally getting the yoga mat. That was a great tip, Kel. Thank you. Oh, that's much better. Thank you, sir. I didn't even think about that. It's been sitting behind me the whole time. I actually told Chris since I rearranged the office and we set up the standing desk, I actually have a nice long space now that's about 4 feet wide where I could actually do yoga. And so I pulled the yoga mat out of storage and it's just been sitting there with all my rolling papers and everything because I'm lazy. Underneath the rolling papers, though, those are far more important. All right, this is not where I need to be. I may end up moving to a vaporizer for this upcoming year for 2024. I like the act of. I like smoke. I've always liked smoke. But I've definitely noticed as I've gotten older, especially as I've started to do this for a living the last couple of years, like the voice and everything, like just talking all day on top of that tends to be a little rough. And even if you're using filters, you still get residuals, you know, you get the buildup over time. Hashtag garden problems. See, I wish I could get gummies down here, but I can't because it's just not a thing. It will theoretically be a thing if this president makes it happen before he gets out of office. They've done 3 rounds in the Senate over the last 3 years. The first was they legalized agricultural growing, and then they legalized the infrastructure. Well, first actually they legalized the infrastructure for the growing of it for agriculture purposes. Then they legalized the infrastructure for the farmers to start growing it. Then they legalized the infrastructure for the licensing and everything to start the manufacturing process to refine it from the farms into something. And the next step is to put the infrastructure in place for the national legalization on the same way as Canada, a recreational level. They're supposed to do it on a recreational level. That didn't happen at the end of this year. Distribution. That's the one I'm thinking of. Thank you. It didn't happen this year in the Senate, and I didn't check. It was like October, November when the votes happened, and I didn't check because we were busy with other stuff. And I know they were voting on something related to it this year, but I didn't pay attention to it this year. So it was supposed to happen this year or next year, but it is supposed to happen with this president, assuming he makes it happen before he gets out of office, to legalize recreationally nationwide, which would be really cool. And it's like everyone everywhere is just waiting on it. Like there's already every store that we stopped at that was already selling CBD products. Because CBD is legal here. There are there are regulations on how much it's allowed to be and stuff. How high the percentages can be, but all the shops in the cities have already, like, they're just prepped and ready and waiting, and it's been like 2 years So it'll be nice. But you can get, on a personal level, you can get, um, um, on a personal level, you can get a license here in the country to have 5 plants for your home, personal consumption, everything else. And it's just, you just go fill out an application. It's really easy to get. But the gummies, it's just a much better way. But the only way that's going to happen here is if people are producing it commercially, and you have a manufacturing facility that's actually making the gummies. Because otherwise, if I want to do garden butter at home, I could do garden butter. It's just, it's a pain in the butt, and it stinks your house up. And clack snap tails. We need some more of those boxes too. Kel said move to vape. I think it's probably a throwback to smoking cigarettes all those years. I like having something in my hands, and the act of, like, Chris and I like to smoke cigars. I like smoke, if that makes sense. I know it sounds funny, but where did that box go? There it is. These boxes are almost impossible to see in this kelp. By the way, this is pointing out the big difference between old content and new content, and how I very much prefer the new content in terms of convenience, if that makes sense. Alright. Man, I'm going to have to make a hotbar for the travel form, I think. Matter of fact, that's probably in here somewhere. Alright. Man, I haven't had a cigarette in, I can't tell you how long. I used to like, it's funny, when I used to smoke before I gave it up. What's up, Securia? Welcome to the channel. I really liked Marlboro Reds, Marlboro Mediums. I remember Camel Reds for a long time. I was on Camel Reds. But when I got towards the end of it, I like, my grandpa used to smoke Lucky Strike no filters, and I finally started enjoying those in the later years. And then I remember I quit for many years, and then when I was dating Chris, I picked it up again for about 6 months, but on a very casual, like 3 or 4 cigarettes a day, like 1 in the morning with coffee, 1 after lunch, maybe 1 in the afternoon, you know, when I was taking breaks from work. And I really enjoy Lucky Strike no filters. 2011, I think, was the last time I had a cigarette. That was definitely the last time, because that was when I was in Colombia, and I had met Chris. We had dated for a few months, then I went to Colombia for like 2 months for work. Benson and Hedges, wow, yeah. I remember when I was in Bulgaria, Valeria Slims, and they were girl cigarettes. They were definitely they were marketed towards women. They were really long. Like, literally, they were really long and just really skinny. But it was a Turkish tobacco. Oh my god, they were delicious. That was years ago. Cowboy Killers. I think I actually did. I do remember I tried a cigarette with my neighbor in probably like 2013, and it'd been so long I didn't like it. I actually had a negative reaction. I like had a couple of puffs. I was like, yeah, I don't think I'll ever enjoy a cigarette ever again. But I do love cigars. Chris and I both love cigars. And we were lamenting that the other day because here where we live, there's no tobacco shops anywhere near us. Like the closest one's like 2.5 hours away. So it's been 2.5 years since we've had a cigar. And that was like a guilty pleasure when we were living in the city for 4.5, 5 years. Was just it. There's every corner there's a whiskey shop and a cigar shop and cigar bars. So you know, a nice 12-year, 15-year-old McLaren or Scotch, Glenfiddich, and a $30 cigar. That shit gets expensive fast though. That's an expensive habit. I love the Boliviers, man.
How are you? Have a good one.
I'm also blessed in that my
Safe
wife
travels.
likes to smoke cigars, and it's funny because
See you later. Have a good one.
she never smoked cigars before we got together, so it's my fault.
See you around. Good day to you. Safe travels.
71, 71. I'll take that one. That's a better update.
Have a good one.
Oh, why did it give me a purple version? Is that a mount? It is a mount. The mount doesn't benefit from mount equipment. Just out of sheer curiosity, what does it look like? Oh, I'm not in the water right now, that's why. But what's the difference between the purple version and the blue version that the quest gave me?
See you around.
Yeah, a glass of whiskey sounds good. I've not had good whiskey in a couple of years. I do get good tequila all the time. That's the one thing I could say is no matter where you go in Mexico, you get good tequila.
Have a good one.
Yeah, I only do pre-built Kel. I don't
For the Alliance.
try to build stuff.
Hey there.
I was actually
you
pricing
around.
laptops last night because I'll need to upgrade next year for sure.
Have a good one.
And because of the import fees and everything else, it's just going to be cheaper for me to just. I'll get it the next time. I think we're going up. I know at least I'm supposed to go up to the family ranch next year, and I'll just get an upgrade when I'm up there. Because like I was looking last night, and I priced one out with a 4090 in it for like, I think it was like 2,500 bucks or something, right? Like 2,500 bucks more or less with a 4090 and 32 gigs of RAM. I'm like, that's fine. I'm never gonna need 60 gigs of RAM because I don't game a lot on the PC. It's mostly on the Xbox. But at the same time, this is like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old rig, and it's definitely starting to feel its age. But it was like 2,500 bucks. I was like, that's fine. That's a respectable price. Well, then I priced one here on Amazon Mexico, and it was like almost it was double because of all the import stuff and the taxes, because there's an electronics tax here in country. So it's like a 40, I think it used to be 40, I don't know what it is now, but there's like a 40% tax that's applied to everything, plus the merchant tax, plus the import fees, and everything else. And it was like, yeah, I'm just going to wait for the next time I travel up. And I think I paid about 2,400 bucks for the one I'm using right now, about 6 years ago. A 1080 in it and 32 gigs of RAM, and it's a workhorse. It has held up over the years. I did start noticing it with Baldur's Gate 3, and then someone was telling me you should try Hellblade 3, which is coming out in March. And I looked at the recommended specs, and I was like, oh yeah, my computer's not gonna want to run that unless I'm learning on low settings. I was like, it's probably time to start upgrading. Bringen says never developed a palate for whiskey and bourbon. I'm not a big bourbon fan, but I do love malt. I love malt, and I just love a good malt whiskey. Good scotches. I like the peat whiskeys from the Isles. But any sort of Irish, Scottish, just good scotches and malt whiskeys. My dad's a bourbon drinker, and he just loves Jack Daniels, and I'm just like, bleh! I'm not a Jack Daniels fan. That seahorse is hideous, but 450% swim speed. Is that faster than my... It doesn't feel faster than my travel form, though. What am I looking for over here? Oh, there's a dude. Oh, he's got a helmet on. That's cool.
How are you?
I grew up in Missouri, so all of my family members like moonshine. My brother drinks a lot of, I think it's called Pendleton.
See you later.
I remember drinking some the last time up, and it actually wasn't bad. Is it Pendleton? Is that a bourbon? No, I don't know if it's a bourbon. It says Canadian whiskey. I don't think it's actually a bourbon then. Yep. Springfield, Nixa, Ozark area. All that. I remember one time I was very young and we went to a family reunion, and I was probably in my early teens, and my dad had an uncle who was already in his like 80s, and he was just famous for having made moonshine for years and years and years, back when it was illegal to make moonshine, and technically it was still kind of illegal, I think, even when my dad was growing up, maybe. Yeah, Pendleton's Canadian. I was just looking it up. And I don't think it's bourbon. I think it's actually whiskey. Anyway, moonshine's a big thing in southwest Missouri. I never really developed a taste for moonshine. It's okay. Now they're making all that. Yeah, that's how you kept the farm going into depression. Absolutely. But moonshine is one of those things I never got a taste for. But like my brother, last time I went up, he had there's all these bouquet moonshines now, and you know, they're doing all these flavored vanilla moonshine and everything. And some of those are pretty legit. Like, I don't know brand names. I just know he had some the last time when I took him up a box of cigars, and he had a bunch of moonshine cases, like bottles and stuff, and was trying stuff out. Why do I suddenly see numbers over my health bar? Like, it's actually showing me numbers. I must have clicked a button. Figure out how to turn that off. Oh my god, I'm like getting the shit kicked out of me, which hasn't happened in a while. That was the wrong button. I'm out of power. first time I've ran out of power. Click Clack's Claw. Listeners find that after being mangled and masticated by the sea crab, the map is legible. I just like wine. Wine is my go-to. Like, I have been a wino for 20 years, 25 years. I just like wine, period. Whiskey was something I got into later in life when I started getting, like, money. Not like rich money, but, you know, having enough disposable income to be able to throw around three or four hundred bucks a month. That's when I started getting into whiskey and cigars. Because that shit's not cheap, but it's like it's one of those things that if you can afford to enjoy it, it's worth it. Because I have friends in the U.S. who will like be like, "Hey, we love cigars too," and then they're smoking like $5 cigars, and it's like, yeah, I'm not really a fan of this. Like, one of the benefits of living where I live is I can actually get Cubans and, you know, good cigars. My favorite was always listening to like Arnold and those guys. You know, all these actors talk about, you know, the stogies that they're smoking, which are totally illegal to import, and yet they've got them anyway because they've got the money to, you know, pay people off because of all the stupid embargoes and everything. But I tell you what, that yoga mat was a great tip, man. I kicked my flip-flops off and just folded up the yoga mat. Because I don't want to play Classic, and I've never played the storyline before, so I have an alt for every one of the storylines that I've never seen. Barrel of gunpowder. I thought we picked one up earlier. And I need a corroded key. Oh, there's Click Clack. Johnny Walker Black's not bad. If there's nothing else to drink, I'll do Johnny Walker Black. I'll tell you what's one of the base ones that I actually don't mind is Tullamore Dew is actually a good base whiskey. All right, I need. Maybe that barrel's over here. Something below me? Aha. What am I looking for that I'm not seeing? Oh, that's a turn-in. Herpa-derpa! I was looking for a barrel. Oh no, there's definitely... I guess it's not the barrel, but it's this thing. Corroded key. Chris likes like a good cheap whiskey is I think it's Jameson is the one that she doesn't mind. Like that's a good cheap whiskey that she'll do. But she has a different palate than I do. Where's this barrel of gunpowder? I thought I picked it up, unless I'm supposed to deliver it.
Need something? Safe travels. See you around.
How are you? See you later.
Alright, we're obviously missing the barrel somewhere. I thought I picked it up right over here a minute ago. Collect pilfered cannonballs. Is there something on the map that shows me where that is? No, but it's down to the south. Collect cannonballs from the ledge and from Gilblin hoarders. That's basically due south of us. Oh, we're way too far away. Over here. Right? Somewhere over in here. Gilblin hoarders. Dozens of crude gold links make up this heavy chain. Dangling from the center link is an opalescent fragment which must have been part of a large shell-shaped medallion. You wonder what the other fragments might be and if they're nearby. So wow, this is like stuff where it's not showing up on the mini-map. No! I don't want to do things that aren't on the mini-map. And I still haven't seen any of the cannonballs that they talk about. Use 50 cannonballs to create a barrel of gunpowder. Oh, there's some right there. I only have 16. How did I turn numbers on over my, I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn that off because it's gonna drive me nuts. I do not want to see numbers. I must have hit something when I was messing around with the keyboard. That's probably an interface option. Always show nameplates. Like the numbers that are over my health bar. Like that's annoying. Not a fan of that. I'm gonna Google that. Interface game display. Interface. Display. Under status text. None. Well, it's set to none, and yet I see... Huh. Definitely shows numbers over my... Was it always like that and I just didn't pay attention? Too much garden grass. Never know. Pauldrons, are those better than what I have? Nope, they're plate. That's not better either. Got 38. Oh, this is a named, I think. I'll probably need him later on. Oh, he started a quest. Blackfin's booty. I've buried the treasure and fed the map to Blackfin. Isn't... I think I saw Blackfin swimming around earlier. Alright, there's my 50. Alright. Ravenous Thresher. Oh, the parts of the medallion too. Fuck if I know where those are. Jeez. Dozens of gold links dangling from the center. You wonder if other fragments might be nearby. Collect from the collectors. God, I didn't even see what the collectors are. Well, I'm not gonna lie. One of the things that's really annoying about old school content is that there's no waypoints on some of this shit. To show you where stuff is, and that's annoying. Like, that is not an old school feature I'm a fan of. Like, I need my modern waypoints. How many of those do I need? 5. Perfect. Alright. So some of the waypoints work, but not all of them. Blackfin's booty. must slay the orca Blackfin. Oh, he's up there. Hi there, Mr. Orca.
I need to target something first.
You gonna eat me?
I don't have a target.
Alright, multiple turn-ins here. You've discovered Gilbing's family treasure.
Good day to you.
Barrel of gunfire.
Safe travels. See you later.
Alright, now we gotta kill Nas, is his name? Nice. An alternate underwater form for druids called the Orca Whale? That's cool. The note is soaked through. The author claims to have escaped from an undersea naga prison. Alright. Be right back, everybody. Alright. A discardable bowl of cereal. Actually, you know what? I should probably sell and repair.
What can I do for you?
I got some items that might be upgrades. Says valuable goods. Oh, no.
Be careful.
I apparently didn't open that the other day when I finished my dungeon run. Oh yeah, very nice boots. Also nice belt, bracers.
Greetings. See you around.
The Orca Whale. All right.
The elements
If
listen.
he still lives, I should be able to locate his
Do
soul.
not let the darkness triumph.
I believe I've located the author of your note. I shall attune on my scry knives that you might see him
Keep
for
a
yourself.
peaceful mind. Hello, friend. Maintain focus.
Alright. Use the scrying orb. Another grotto. Oh, somebody laying on the ground there.
Yes. Find your center.
Alright.
Maintain focus.
Man, I gotta say, unless, I mean, obviously, well, I guess they do give you a seahorse mount. I was gonna say it would suck to travel under here if you didn't have like some
What
sort
can I
of
do
water
for you?
travel form, but they do give you a seahorse. A night elf here. I must be mad.
For the Alliance. King's honor, friend.
Have I
Go
died?
with honor, friend.
Who are you? What is this place? See, this is the other difference, is like all this would be voiced if it was in the newer content. Oh, so this is like it spawned a new quest hub.
The elements listen.
Okay.
Keep a peaceful mind.
Keep him talking.
Do not let the darkness triumph.
Well met.
Who are you, friend? How did you get down here? Alright, we had them in our sights. The horde ships, then out of nowhere, tentacles reached up and seized our ships and broke it right in two. The survivors were captured by Naga as soon as we hit the water. That was nearly a week ago. What about your captors? The Naga. They kept us alive with pearly bubbles, one per man, so that we could breathe. And every day they send a bunch of prisoners off somewhere and we never see them again. So how did you escape? Some swam towards the surface, some saw this cave swam part. I'm the only one who made it. They brought new soldiers in every day, Horde and Alliance both. Some would get hauled away. So I guess when I got hauled off, everybody got hauled off, and that's why those other guys disappeared. Okay, that makes sense now. It wasn't really explained to me. Any weaknesses we can exploit, any holes in the Naga defenses. Get out of here while you can. Don't try it. There's too many.
Light
Certain
bless you.
death.
Hello, friend. Find your center. Maintain focus.
I must somehow follow the trail of these Naga captives if we discover their purposes in this region. But before I move on, I would see the destruction of this operation. Use the orb of suggestion to subdue a famished great shark, and use it to destroy 10
Keep
Zinjar at
a
clutch.
peaceful mind.
What was the name of the Deep Space Nine? Was it the Jin Hadar? Was the name of the they took the serum? What was it called? The white serum that they drank. Fuck, it's been too long. I used to know all this stuff by heart because I watched Deep Space Nine like 2 times through within like a 5-year period of time. The Ketracel White, thank you. I wonder if that's where they took the inspiration for that. The Zinjatar, the Jin Hadar. I don't know. Similarities anyway. I think I mentioned this on the stream the other day. I had a craving to rewatch Next Generation the other day. Also, I had a craving to rewatch Farscape and Stargate SG-1. But all of those shows, I'm gonna say something here it's annoying to me as an adult. I used to like shows that had 24 episodes, and I don't anymore. I like shows that have short runs, like 8 to 12 episodes. Anything beyond 13, and I start to feel like you're really reaching because they're not able to produce a tight storyline. Because once you get beyond 13 episodes, they start to produce filler episodes. The episode of the week format that X-Files used and Star Trek. Like, one of the reasons I tuned out of Arrow, I think it was season 3 of Arrow or season 4 of Arrow was when I stopped watching. So it's like, I just don't have time to watch. There's Chris and I, you know, before I was doing this for a living. Welcome to the channel, Nova Prime. Before I was doing this for a living, Chris and I used to watch a lot more television. We were, at one point in time, I tracked it and I published it. My brother flipped out because I put it up on Facebook. We were watching 36 shows, was how many shows we were watching in a period of like 6 months. We were just watching all of these shows. We're trying to balance all of these weekly episodes and binge watching this and binge watching that, and balancing these weeklies. And it got to be this thing where it was like, I don't have the fucking time to keep up with 24 episodes per season because there are just too many things that we want to watch. So I much prefer 10 episodes, like 10, 12 episodes, because then it's a tight, you know, you get 6 hours of entertainment, let's say. You know, if you've got some 45-minute episodes and there's, you know, 10 of them, you know, you're getting 6-ish hours of entertainment. It's a good mini-series worth per show. And I just don't have the desire to ever try to keep up with that anymore. Now, when those shows were the only thing I watched, like the X-Files, when the X-Files, watching the X, and I only watched the X-Files, it makes sense because you're tuning in every week over the summer or whatever, over the period that's airing, and so they keep you busy for months on end. But I don't have time for that anymore. I much prefer those tight storyline runs. I liked when Netflix was doing the Luke Cage, Defenders, Jessica. Why am I blanking on the name of her show? Daredevil. Like those were always like 13 episodes, and I felt like that was really good, really tight storytelling across those story arcs. 8 episodes seems to be the new standard for a lot of stuff, and sometimes I feel like 8 can be a little too short. I kind of like 10 to 12, but 8 can be good if they've done it really well. Like my brother and I both loved Obi-Wan, Andor, good shorter shows. And I think we're getting ready to watch the new season of Reacher. The first 3 episodes dropped the other day, season 2 of Reacher on Amazon. I think that was 8 episodes for the first season, 8 or 10 episodes, and it was a nice tight run. Like we binge watched the first series over like 2 days, and it was just like, pff. Yes, Breaking Bad, a good example of a 10 episode run where it was just really, really good. Quality is important, Bam. Quality is important, but I think that the like Star Trek Discovery showed that you could still have episode of the weeks with a story arc that is multiple episodes, but not every episode. Black Sails is great, but that was still short. Black Sails only did, I can't remember, like 10 or so episodes per season. We've seen Black Sails through, I think. I was talking about this earlier when I was playing the demo the other day. I've watched it through 3 times. Chris has watched it through with me twice. Black Sails is probably one of the best, if not the best. It was 10 episodes each, yeah. The only one, and it's funny because Starz also produces Outlander, and Outlander has done 16 episode seasons before. Not every season, but they've split it up into 2 different arcs. So they'll have an 8 episode run, and then they'll take like the winter break and come back like 3 months later and air the next 8 episodes of the season. Charles Vane was the man. I liked Black Sails. That was a great show. And it was funny because my brother, when we were playing Black Sails, he had no idea that Bear McCree had done the theme song, and so one of the instruments you get is what he used to do the theme song for that Black Sails. And I followed Bear McCree on his social media since he did the soundtrack for Battlestar Galactica, because that was like the first big thing he did was Battlestar, and then he's gone on to do just so many shows, and then doing the last couple of God of War games and getting into the gaming space now. That dude is a badass composer. For real, man. He is a legit composer. The other one is before I go any further though, is also talking about the BBC and Britain Television will do very short. They'll do 3 episode seasons, right? But the seasons are the episodes are like an hour and a half to 2 hours long. So you're getting, in 3 episodes, you're getting 6 hours of entertainment, as if you were watching 10 episodes of a show, because they're like mini movies at that point. So yeah. Another fun fact, a little bit of movie trivia, is Toby Stephens, the guy who played Captain Flint, his mother, and I didn't find this out until after I watched the show, is Dame Maggie Smith, who has done so much stuff over the years, but specifically in like the Harry Potter films and Downton Abbey and stuff. But Professor McGonagall in the Harry Potter films. And I watched, the reason we watched the Lost in Space adaptation that Netflix did was specifically because Toby Stephens was in there as the lead actor, and Chris and I had just finished our 3rd episode or a third watch through of Black Sails when Lost in Space started, and we were like, hey, that's Captain Flint. Let's go watch that show. And if you haven't watched the Lost in Space adaptation that Netflix did, it's definitely a family-friendly show. Really good. A lot of fun, for sure. Yeah, yeah. I didn't know he was Maggie's son until like I don't remember. It was like I think it was after the third time we had watched Black Sails and we were watching Lost in Space. I was looking him up online because I had just seen like a clip from like one of the Pierce Brosnan James Bond. I was like, wait a second, that's a really young Toby Stephens. I forgot that he was the villain. Like I didn't have any recollection of him being the villain from back in the day in that one James Bond film. But yeah, Black Sails, what a good show. Oh, and here's another fun fact. So the guy who played Long John Silver. The actor who played Long John Silver, I follow him on TikTok, and he does this series on TikTok where he reads like the first few pages from a novel, and it's just a series he does on TikTok in between his acting gigs. That's pretty cool stuff, man. I can't remember his name. I'm gonna go look it up right now because I'm sitting here on the wiki page for Luke Arnold would be who that was. Man, I would totally watch Black Sails again. That was just a damn good show. And it's proof that Michael Bay can actually produce some good television. Pa-ching! They need to do more pirate shows. Like good pirate shows. The History Channel tried to do a pirate show like a couple years back where it was like a history documentary type thing. What they tried to do with like it was a blend between what they did with Vikings, but then they tried to intersperse it with like actual historical stuff, and it was just horrible. It was a horrible. The acting was horrible. It was not a good rendition. Oh, and Ray Stevenson. We were talking about this either. Ray Stevenson is Blackbeard in Black Sails. Oh my God, he did such a great job. What has Zach McCowan done since then? I know I saw him in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I haven't seen him anything since Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Looks like he's done some direct-to-DVD films. Oh, he was in Robert the Bruce? I don't know that I've seen that one. Oh, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of a different film. No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. I was thinking of Outlaw King that Chris Pine did, which Outlaw King was awesome if you haven't seen Outlaw King on Netflix. Holy shit! It says here that Zach McGowan, the guy who did Charles Vane, he was in an episode of Numbers back in 2008. Now see, I watched Numbers when it aired, and that was a phenomenal show if you haven't watched it. And the reason that that's on my mind recently is because David Krumholtz was just on an episode of in the Inside of You podcast with the guy who played Lex Luthor on Smallville. He runs a podcast. It's really cool, and he interviews a ton of celebrities. By the way, the episode with number 2, why am I blanking on his name? He directs all the Star Trek episodes. Riker's actor. Why am I blanking on his name? Anyway, he was on, and his episode was amazing. It was just really fun. It was but that's a good podcast for those of you who don't who are into podcasts and stuff. But Numbers was a really cool show. I didn't know that he was in an episode of that. Hang on, I'm gonna go look through. What else have I seen him in? He's been in stuff recently. So the last thing I saw him in was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Says he had a part. He was on Walking Dead. The MacGyver reboot, which I haven't seen. Blood and Treasure. Haven't seen that either. And The Rookie Feds. Huh. So he hasn't done a ton of stuff since. Jonathan Frakes, thank you, that's who I was thinking of. Zach McCowan's website literally just says the dude from that show. Oh, man. Yeah, I catch it on YouTube, Bam. I don't actually listen to it anywhere. I watch it on YouTube. I subscribe for the clips, and then if the clips get me, I watch the full episodes. But the Jonathan Frakes one was pretty awesome. I gotta timestamp this because that was actually a good discussion, everybody, to put up on YouTube. Where are we at? 2 hours, 1 minute. All right. Here's another question for Warcraft. Can I get rest XP down here? There's an
Speak
option that
with
says,
me.
"May I rest here?" I don't want to make it my
Find
home.
your center.
Right, I saw those. I saw the clips recently with Alan Richardson. I can't wait to start. I can't wait to start watching that. We were supposed to start today, and then Chris had to run errands, and I was doing stuff around the house, so we ended up not watching stuff today. First season of Reacher was pretty good. I was genuinely pleased with that. So I have a question, like, how do you... I want rest XP down in here, but if I go back to Stormwind, how do I get back here? Would be my question, so that when I want to play next time... Because I do need to wrap up. I need to take a break and get ready for my Sea of Thieves stuff with my brother tonight. But I gotta figure out how to get back down here. Portals on an island near Chromie behind the castle. Let's go check that out real quick. I hadn't really seen Alan Richardson in a lot of stuff before Reacher. But he's done a really good job in that role. Like, I really liked the first season. Already got renewed for a third season, which is cool. Alright, you said islands... Oh, you're saying over here? I've never even been over here before. These are portals? Deepholm, Oldham, Highjaw, Twilight Highlands. Okay, that's where I was, vashj'ir. What is, I want to go see what this looks like really quick. Because that looks way cooler than the underground zone. Of course, I just burned... Oh, fuck me, I'm an idiot. I just burned my... burned my recall. For rest XP. Oh, well, we'll figure it out. Oh! I would much rather be questing in this area. This is much more beautiful. Well, we'll sort this out next time. I'm gonna go grab this flight path. Plus, I'm a night elf. It makes total sense that I would come here. See, why didn't he give me the option? Why did he just punt me to the other place? I'm gonna have to do some research about this and figure out where and why it made me go to why it punted me to the other place first when there's options. I'll figure it out. Am I getting rest XP? I am getting rest XP. That's it, everybody. I'm done. I'll be back tomorrow at 5 p.m. Central. We'll actually be doing a little bit of a longer stream tomorrow. I'll be doing, like, probably 3 or 4 hours tomorrow because it's Monday. Tonight I can't, though, because I do have Sea of Thieves. So I need to go make sure that I'm patched up and get everything prepped. Hang out with Chris for a little bit. Help her do any evening chores that she needs. You're welcome, Bam. I appreciate you guys being here. If you're watching and you're new, if you're on Twitch, don't forget to follow, and then bits, cheers, and subs. And then if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell icon. You can do super chats and memberships to support. Don't forget the Discord. I'll be back tomorrow. And FYI, if you haven't seen the announcement, my new book goes live on the 19th, but you can pre-order it today. There is a video announcement up from yesterday. That's the project I've been working on with my brother and my wife. It's a point-and-click adventure game. It's a tabletop source book and adventure model and a novel. It's the first novel in a series. A lot like Dragonlance, if you like the Dragonlance books. Go check it out. You can get the Kindle version. Pre-order it today. It goes on sale December 19th. Check it out. Links are in that other video. The tabletop stuff's been on sale since last year, and the point-and-click adventure game demo, you can go get the demo if you want to play through that. It's over on our Patreon page. Otherwise, catch you guys tomorrow night. Have fun. Stay safe. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.